Are you tired of people always telling you what they think you want to hear? If you want truly good advice, take it from me. Ask an asshole. Hit up Aaron Clarey at assholeconsulting.com. A link is in the description.
This is Bad Popp here. I got bad news, and it's not just for you, because this shit pisses me the fuck off. This shit fucking happened to me, and it sucks. And guess what? Time does not heal all wounds, especially with this. And this is why it took 3 years and a couple of dozen requests to finally getting around to doing this. And this is more commonly known as malicious mama syndrome. It's a knife in the back, and then she twists it. All you malicious mamas out there, buckle up and pay attention here. Open wide and be prepared to take the skull fucking of your life. Because we're gonna take that pork sword of karma and ram it in balls deep. Yeah. Malicious mother syndrome, symptoms 1 through 13, in no particular order except one. Because all of this starts with number 1, alienate the kids from the father. Every waking moment that those children spend with their mother, she is doing nothing but bad-mouthing you to them. And you know what the shitty part about this whole thing is you're not gonna find out about it till your kids are about 12 or 13 when they develop their own mind. Gentlemen, this happened to me. My own kids came up and walked up and said, "Daddy, why did you do that?" I'm like, "What? It never happened."
You lied to me.
She must have thought that up when she was frolicking through the land of Cocoa Penis Puffs. And it doesn't just stop at the kids. Eventually, she gets her family, her friends, maybe some of your friends, and even your family to put a united front up against you. This is what's really going on, is she's turning you into the villain so she can justify all the bullshit she's about to put you through. Yeah, and all her friends have been doing this.
Yeah, you go ahead. Cheat on that dude. Fuck that guy.
What the fuck? She is building her own pep squad to cheer when she rams it right up your ass. If you hooked up with a chick that's this malicious, guess what you did? You fucked up crazy gate number 1, 2, and 3.
No! God, please, no! No!
Do not make this mistake. The 2-tier mistake, thinking you're special and the rules don't apply to you, because no, you're not, and yes, they fucking do. Everyone thinks, hey, it's not gonna happen to me. Why don't we talk to the 75% of the homeless, which happens to be men? You know, when you're going to the Coney Island and you walk by that homeless guy, ask him about the woman who put him there. I know you guys are like,
my friends won't buy into any of her bullshit.
Well, guess what, dumbass? It happens all the goddamn time. She's gonna start a whole bunch of shitty rumors, and guess what? There'll be a little bit of truth in them to make it believable. So in essence, that little bit of truth is just enough so your friends and family will believe it and they fuck you in the ass also. You know what this means, right? 48, 49, where's my attorney? I don't have one. All right, you single younger dudes out there, you don't have any children and you think this doesn't apply to you. And guess what? Symptom 2 and 3, that's typical narbipolar bullshit, breakup 101. And that's just a dress rehearsal. You just wait till there's an ex-wife and children involved. When there is an ex-wife and kids, that leads us right into number 4, which is excessive litigation. Gentlemen, prepare to memorize the inside of that courtroom and possibly jail. 75, I'll mop the floor, ah! What? You want to know what excessive litigation really is? Well, you just pay attention because I'll tell you. We were talking about the child support numbers, and the numbers that were on the table she wasn't happy with. She wanted $300 more. Me. Wah! But she kept harping and bitching about it, taking up all the time. So finally I just had enough. So in the heat of the moment, in court, in front of the judge, I looked over and said, why don't you just suck 6 dicks?
I'll never do that again.
That's pretty economical if you think about it. Hell, she could knock that out on half of her day off on a Sunday.
Sunday is the Sabbath. It's my day of rest.
Yeah, well, looks like you'll be spending that on your knees doing more than praying.
I bet it sounded like prayer the first time she took it in the eye. Oh, God! Oh, Jesus!
The judge slaps the gavel, tells me to stop it, knock it out, and I can see that he really wants to laugh. And then I hear one guy get up and run out of the courtroom because he was laughing too. So I said, Your Honor, I am terribly sorry, but perhaps you could just suck 2 dicks on 3 weekends and have the 4th weekend off. In fact, you could use that 4th weekend to go see the dentist and deal with that TMJ, if you know what I'm saying here. In all honesty, gentlemen, it's probably not in your best interest if you're to talk like that in court. I'm just saying, man. Because she's already not going to let you see your kids or your family. That doesn't happen. Wah, yes it does, bitch. Since 2007, when I opened secondclasscitizen.org, I've talked to over 8,000 non-custodial parents, and this is 101 SOP all the way down the list. So guess what, feminists? When you pull that fire alarm and you throw a fucking fit, all they really want is to see their kids.
Feminists do not want you to lose custody of your children. The assumption that women are naturally better caregivers is part of patriarchy.
Bullshit. All right, feminists, you can look in the dictionary, you can spew your shit as much as you want. We're not buying it anymore. And you ladies out there who are in college, remember this, not feminism, not even once. And you know what your reward's gonna be for being such a good feminist? OCUP, a new acronym. I'm gonna tell you what that means. Old, crotchety cunt, ugly, poor, and powerless. Winning. No, really, winning. Until that dude out there who asked me, is it really that bad? Yes! In fact, it's even worse. So guess what? When she's bad-mouthing you in front of your children, she's also taking away all their ways that they can contact you. Phone, computer, internet access, and you know why? She doesn't want the children to find out she's lying when they cross-reference her to the father. Not only is she isolating the children from you, she wants to isolate them, period. And this is where your social justice warriors come from. Winning? No. So today we have generations of people being raised inside this little bubble, and they come out with a penis in their ear because they're skull fucked. Think I'm lying? When you argue with one of these children, they only plug one ear because the other one has a penis in it. La, 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 la. And if this wasn't just bad enough, the law and the schools get on it too. So if you think you're just gonna show up and watch your kids at the soccer game, guess what? Snap, shackle, and pop and going to jail, even if there is no restraining order. Now, I know you guys don't want to hear this. I don't care, only speak the truth. But that's only half as bad as brutally lying to your own children. So these alienating bitches do this shit all the time. There's one case out there that's absolutely reprehensible. And this dude's ex-wife made a fake email address so she could email herself and then read them to the children. She did this on 3 different occasions. She read the email to her own kids, which are 8 and 6, and it basically stated, I never want to see you again, I'm moving on, have a good life. Now, can somebody please tell me how fucked up that is? She was willing to weaponize her own children against the father so she could get a check. If you've ever done this or contemplated doing it, fuck you. This is why women get punched, and you probably deserve it, because ass whippings don't just fall from the fucking sky. Well, maybe they do, or maybe you have a bunch of paratroopers coming in. Either way, it'd be a real fucked up day at the Weather Channel, just saying.
Let's go live to Ollie Williams with the Black U Weather Report. Ollie?
Ass whoopings falling from the sky!
Sounds rough, Ollie.
Even though they have the courts and the whole world on their side, they still defy court orders based on a lie that she made up in the beginning. There are no laws on the books to prevent this from happening, and even if they are caught, there is no punishment. For them to get punished, you really have to take them in there like 4 or 5 times a year for 5 or 6 fucking years before they'll do anything. Even if they are caught or punished, it's nothing but a slap on the wrist. But a dude, if he takes his kids and says, fuck this bitch, we're gone, and they catch him down the road, that's a fucking kidnapping felony. And he can't say he was just protecting his kids, but she can. We had a case like that go down here in Michigan in Macomb County where a dude was trying to get his children away from the druggy ex-wife and her abusive boyfriend. But a huge shocker there, the judge didn't do dick all, except put one finger in his ear and the other one had a dick in it and went, la 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 la, best interest of the child. And correct me if I'm wrong, but best interest of the child, does that mean shooting one to death and almost sawing the other one's head off? Because if it does, I guess you got me. I know that's a real dark subject for a comedy show, but you know, it is the truth because it actually fucking happened. Yeah, but you'll never hear a feminist talk about that one. That was just an anomaly, happened only one time. Bullshit! Bullshit! And these harpies, they will weaponize these children in many, many ways. And some of them are completely stupid, like,
You can't see your kids until you fix my car.
fuck you! I don't know, fixing your car. Doesn't a mechanic do that? Or perhaps your handyman habitat boyfriend? None of which applies to me, so I'll tell you what, sister. Give me my goddamn kids, and you fix your own damn car. Correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, but when you were married to her, she used sex to control you, and now that you're divorced from her, she's using the children to control you. Isn't there a word for that? Oh wait, that's right. It's called a narcissist. Winning new.
I'm just trying to be a good mother.
Fuck you. You have no clue of what it takes to be a good mother, especially if you're weaponizing the kids against him to get a check. 80% of the people in prison today never had a father at home. There's a few words for that too. It's called being a miserable failure as a parent. Most of these kids are gonna wind up with train-wrecked lives down the road. So I hope the check was worth it, bitch. And don't say, it's for the best interest of the child, because it's not. You're doing nothing but harming them and destroying their future. We're now living in an age where a majority of children are born out of wedlock. And 75 to 80% of all divorces filed by women. So what does that mean when we blend those two together? What it really means is you chose to fuck those children's lives up, and that is incredibly selfish. Because you thought it'd be easier to fuck up a dude, screw your children, and collect a check. Well, you could have just worked on your relationship, I don't know. It might have been nice to have a dude around to help pay for stuff and fix the car and keep everything rolling and maybe help raise the children so they grow up to be well-balanced individuals. But no, it was in their best interest, to be sex workers, go to prison, become alcoholics and substance abusers. Yeah, no. And that would be the ones that actually made it to adulthood, because a lot of the fatherless children, they're committing suicide at breakneck speed. Literally. And it just got dark in here. What can I say, but some people are well hung. No. I know this sounds crazy, but you know how it can get worse? I mean, really worse? The person doing this is actually crazy. I know you guys are like, Pop, you're just talking about crazy in general. No, I'm talking about real pill-popping craziness. And guess what? If she is that crazy, somewhere along the line, you ignored that warning sign. I know you're going on your third date, you go to her house, you go use the restroom, and while you're walking by to the toilet, you open the medicine cabinet and you see lithium. If you ignore that and you don't stop and you slip one by the goalie, guess what? That's you. And if you don't get stabbed in the shower, which is pretty bad, you're going to be emasculated and they're going to take your children away from you to live with a legitimately crazy bitch. And you wonder why all these kids are winding up in prison. I can't imagine. Now, I can think of more than a few feminists out there who could probably benefit from some lithium, just saying. And while you're at it, why don't you take 2, because, that'd be great. Not that I know anything about this lithium poisoning. I'm gonna watch the Space Ghost.
Now you've done it.
Bottom line, dudes, I know you think this is bad, but there is still worse. Because guess what, gentlemen? This happens all the time, and feminism is denying it even happens. They will look you in the face or type on their little computers that parental alienation is a myth. And when they're not doing that, they're testifying in front of Congress that shared parenting is bad.
Some but not all of the bills include presumptively equal time sharing provisions as being in a child's best interest. No study has been presented indicating this is in a child's best interest.
What fucking studies are you talking about? How come you never name your sources, bitch? You know why? There's a shocker for you. They don't have any. Yeah, but I have mine, and I have the life experience to back it up.
Okay. All right.
Spoiler alert, ladies. This never ends well. Not at all. Eventually, your children are going to grow up and they develop their own mind. And they're going to ask a lot of questions. And guess what? If the father isn't completely out of the picture by that point, you're fucked. So, yeah, why don't you just buy some cats now and practice eating the cat food or whatever you do with cats, because I hate them. And you might want to practice shitting in that litter box, because that's where it's going from here. Just a big giant house of stinky, unkept pussy, figuratively and literally. Winning? No. And that is why the Popster is never going to write a check against any of you evil bitches ever again. And I'm going to try to convince as many as I can to do the same goddamn thing. And while I'm convincing you of that, why don't you look below and hit up our links for Patreon and PayPal. Send us a couple bucks, because this shit is expensive. You know what's not expensive? This fucking shirt. Race Riot Apparel, 10% off. Link is in the description. Go forth and offend. And while we're at it, please hit the subscribe button, or I'll weaponize my children and use one as a bat. Just saying.
You're being an asshole, Dad.
Yep. Hang on a minute. I gotta go to my fucking evil place. Like, if I could smell your cooter when you walked in the room, that is just terrible. And that's happened about half a dozen times in my life.
She must have thought that up while she was frolicking through the fantasy land of Cocoa Penis Puffs. Winning, no.
Yeah, that's actually quite funny, but true.
You can knock that out on your day of rest.
Because, stop, you're fucking me up. You're fucking me up, shut up.